Now, I'm not a huge fan of looking at a personal property as an investment. If you've ever read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad books, you know an asset is something that brings in cash and a liability is something that costs you money. It is a cash outlay. Well, that's fine. And there's lots of different arguments to be had on both sides, but I would say that owning a home in Fort Collins over the last 50 years is probably one of the safer places you could have put your money. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the 8 best appreciating neighborhoods in Fort Collins, Colorado. A caveat is I did not include our downtown sector. Though it's a pretty unique, it's a very unique area. Neighborhoods and subdivisions are relatively difficult to have borders and boundaries. There's a lot of overlaps and the information is just not clear. So I did remove that. But Old Town is an extremely desirable place. So if it was, it probably would be on this list if it was included. But it is not. So in this video, we're gonna look at the 8 best appreciating neighborhoods in Fort Collins, Colorado. What's up, everybody? This is Patrick Soukup with Soukup Real Estate Services in Fort Collins, Colorado. And if you're new to the channel, this is everything living in Fort Collins. Working, playing, eating, doing everything. So if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel. And at the end of the video, if you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Send me a comment. And as much as I like making these videos, we like more working with buyers, sellers, and investors here in Northern Colorado for all their real estate needs. So send me a call, text, email, whatever works for you. I'd love to work with you here in Fort Collins. Without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Some additional parameters that I put in place so that we could compare apples to neighborhoods is that there had to be at least 5 houses sold in that neighborhood on average over the last 3 years so that I could get enough information. In addition, both 2018 to 2019 and 2019 to 20 had to have appreciating years. If there was one year where the houses were appreciating and the other year the houses actually depreciated or had a reduction of the median price, they were not included. So those are the parameters that I used when looking at the 8 most and best appreciating neighborhoods in Fort Collins. So here we go. All right, number 8, University Acres. This is going to be our furthest north appreciating neighborhood in the top 8. Just north of Prospect, still east of 287. It's going to be a neighborhood that the reason why it's called University Acres is because the developer, from what I've told, all the grandkids, kids, it is named after the schools they went to. Duke, Columbia, Harvard. So that is why that neighborhood is called University Acres. Again, it's our furthest north subdivision and neighborhood. Its average appreciation over 2018 to 19 and 19 to 20 was about 7.8%. So pretty good return on your income or return on your investment if that's where you're going to choose to buy. But this neighborhood and subdivision had a median sales price of $544,000 in 2020. I see this neighborhood as a good opportunity. It's close to downtown, but it's more considered, I would say it's more considered midtown. Their price point is getting a little bit more unattainable, more of a move up home. And as far as how the future looks, there will be some good fix and flip opportunities. These are older homes where there might be individuals moving, retiring, and might have not put any money in there. So there is some opportunity for some forced appreciation. It is a property or neighborhood with a little bit larger lots. And again, closer to downtown. As we see, the closer to downtown you can have, the better security because people do want to be there, as well as very close to the university. University Acres, number 8. Number 7, the Wagon Wheel subdivision. Probably our furthest west appreciating neighborhood. This is just west of Shields, still on the south side of Prospect. Every neighborhood from here on out is going to be south of Prospect. It's the biggest growth, the best opportunities for the suburb living, and as our density increases, that's where people are looking to move and live. This is going to be the most attainable price point for the most appreciating neighborhoods and subdivisions in Fort Collins, coming in at $400,000 for the 2020 median sales price. and just over 8% of a 2-year average appreciation. Wagon Wheel has a great opportunity for the future because Hughes Stadium will be developed sooner than later, and the density in that west side of town is being increased. Commercial is making its way there, but it's still lacking what the Southeast is doing, Midtown and downtown. The west side of town is a little bit closer to your foothills, so it does provide that necessity for individuals that want to be closer to the mountains, but it is a little bit further than I-25. Wagon Wheel has a great future and obviously some great appreciation. Number 6, Registry Ridge. This is kind of a little bit out on the boonies, the furthest south and southwest appreciating neighborhood. This is in the Loveland school districts, which historically are not as good as the Poudre school districts, but they are making their way. They're doing well, and it is a good neighborhood. There's quite sizable properties. In fact, our kids do a home daycare in this neighborhood. Very nicely taken care of, maintained. It is a little bit out there, south of Trilby, west of Shields, but again, good sized lots and houses, and with a median price point in 2020 of $475,000, and again, about 8.3% average appreciation over 2 years. Registry Ridge is gonna see massive development on that south side of town because there's just nowhere else for Fort Collins to grow. So we'll see massive development in the near future. So I see Registry Ridge as a solid place for now and in the future moving forward. Number 5, Collinsdale subdivision. This median sales price is gonna be about $485,000 for 2020. It's located pretty much Midtown, a little bit south of Midtown. I grew up just next door in Warren Shores. It's a great area, right next to Collinsdale Golf Course and right down the road from Fort Collins High School. Its appreciation was just over 9%. The average appreciation over the 2 years was just over 9%. There's great opportunity here for some forced appreciation, renovating some of these homes. They've got 1970s, early 80s builds and have the oak trims, dated, appliances, kitchens, bathrooms. So there are some opportunities for you to come in and force some appreciation. It's a very secure neighborhood next to park, golf course, close to Midtown. It's about a 5 to 10 minute drive downtown if you hop on LeMay. From there, I see Collinsdale as a very secure, safe neighborhood moving forward. Number 4, Lexington Greens. This is again gonna be on the west side of town. The biggest draw here is gonna be the foothills. Neighborhoods over here really do like living along the foothills. The Holiday Twin movie theater. There are some good developments going on, new developments that'll help bring and spur the area's growth even more. Commercial's a little bit lacking. This had a median sales price of about $492,000, and this is the first neighborhood subdivision that had double-digit average annual returns of just over 13%. Lexington Greens, good opportunity is for you to bring in your sweat equity. Again, a little bit of a dated neighborhood, very safe, secure, moving forward into the future. We got into our top 3. Number 3, Parkwood. Now, this does have Parkwood East and Parkwood West. I did not differentiate the two, so it does include both of them. And there is pretty substantial differences between East and West Parkwood. Parkwood West is gonna have, $500, $600, $1 million houses, whereas your East is gonna have more of your median sales price. The median sales price of the average appreciation for Parkwood again was about 13% over the last 2 years. And in 2020, the median sales price in Parkwood was $517,000. I grew up in this neighborhood with a lot of friends, hanging out, going to school. Or I did not go to school, but a lot of my friends went to school. Then we went to high school together, dated girls in this neighborhood, and really it is a very Fort Collins neighborhood. If you live in Parkwood, Indian Hills, those are some pretty historic Fort Collins neighborhoods. Again, 1970s, some 60s houses in these neighborhoods. Lots of ability to force appreciation by bringing some of your sweat equity and willingness to work, but it's an extremely established neighborhood with lots of development, honestly, going to the east. East of the railroad tracks, there is Bucking Horse, there is south, there's the King Soopers grocery there. Lots of cool opportunities and new developments, and even more will be coming there. Parkwood is a great neighborhood for you and your family. Neighborhood, school, walking distance, parks, Epic, the swimming center, skate parks, Adora Park, I love Parkwood. Honestly, I think moving forward, it will just be continued to be not redeveloped, but reinvested in by individuals who want to be in that neighborhood, that location, and put their money and be so close to downtown, I-25, new development areas. Parkwood, great opportunities moving forward. Number 3, my hometown, Huntington Hills, the second most appreciating neighborhood subdivision in Fort Collins. Now, this is on the south side of town, just north of Trilby, and between College and the LeMay, you've got the Fossil Creek Park, not a ton of commercial in this area, maybe some opportunity for the future. Registry Greens is just to the east of us. And to the north, we do have the best Mexican food restaurant in town, La Buena Vida. We also have Sam's hopping onto I-20 or Harmony to get to I-25. It's a good location if you are commuting, but Huntington Hills, the median sales price in 2020 was $520,000. There is a mixture of some more custom built spec homes. On the east side, there's more custom spec homes, and on the west side, there's more tract subdivision type homes in Huntington Hills. It has one of the best school districts. Stay tuned for a video coming soon on the best school districts in town, but with a median sales price of $520,000 and 2-year average annual appreciation of just over 14%, Huntington Hills comes in at number 2, best appreciating neighborhood subdivision in Fort Collins. And my current neighbor, just to the north, number 1 subdivision for best appreciation over the last 3 years is Miramont. Now Miramont, again, close to Sam's Club. We've got, Red Robin, great neighborhoods, a little bit more, it's a smaller subdivision, smaller neighborhood. Median sales price is a little bit higher. You are next to some parks, easy access on Boardwalk, so you can hop onto Harmony, get to Buffalo Wild Wings, King Soopers. You're closer to groceries, so your transit's a little bit better than you would have in Huntington Hills, but you would have a little bit higher median sales price. Your median sales price in 2020 was $598,000. There's a fair amount more custom homes. Just recently, I walked a neighborhood, I walked a home on the lower side of about $650,000. Good opportunity. It's a move-in ready home. Again, there's some projects that you could do. Built in the 90s and early 2000s. Miramont, it's a great place to raise a family, very secluded, but also access very many areas. Over the last 2 years, its average annual appreciation was 18.7%. Now, there was 30 homes sold over the last 3 years. So there could have been a little bit more custom higher end, but $598,000 with an 18% annual appreciation over the last 3 years. There you have it, everybody. The top 8 neighborhoods for best appreciation. Anywhere from the north side of town with University Acres, which is actually still kind of south, all the way to the southwest side of town, Registry Ridge. All in between, mostly above $400,000 for the median sales price in 2020. Maybe one just at 400, but anywhere from 8 to 18% annual appreciation over the last 2 years. It's really hard to be anywhere in Fort Collins as far as appreciation goes. There aren't too many places that are depreciating. If you're looking at moving, relocating here to Northern Colorado and specifically Fort Collins, feel free to reach out, send me a call, text, email, whatever that is. I've got your back if you're looking. Fort Collins is for you. Until next time, everybody, take care.